Okay folks, welcome back. This is your old pal Hondo doing another video for you on cheap budget rods under $40 to $30. Last video I did was the extremely budget fishing rods. This one will be the the cheap budget rods, about around $40 to $30. In some cases $20. Okay folks, here are the rods right here in front of you. We have them in chronological order. Now, each one of these rods are around $20 to $30. We're going to go from the cheapest to the next to expensive to the most expensive rod on the market. So these are budget rods. These are what basically, if you're a first-time fisherman, you're wanting to get into bass fishing, that you might want to look for. And these rods I've used and I love them. And I've tried other rods, but these are the rods that I always keep coming back to when I buy a budget, sort of a budget, more expensive type of rod. The first rod on this table, well, not table, but this banister here, is the Shakespeare Excursion Rod right here. So they come in about 6 foot. They come in about 7 foot to 6'6" to an ultralight 5'6" rod. They also make a spin. They also make a casting rod with the trigger. This one is a spinning rod. I find that, and this is a medium action. They make one in a medium, moderate, and they make one in a ultralight. I find this one is a really excellent rod. I would put this one at number 1 because for the price that it was, and how good it works. But the one thing I hate about this rod is this handle. I hate these 2-piece handles. But other than that, for a spinning rod, that's not bad. But for a bait caster like this one, you want a full foam handle. These type of handles drive me nuts. I cannot stand those type of handles. It comes with a graphite rod. It comes with a steel and steel eye guides. It's about a 6'6" rod, but they also make them in 7 foot and smaller. They also make an ultralight version of this one as well. I find this one is really good. Very sensitive. The tip on it is really sensitive. It's not too hard and not too soft. I find this one good for plastic baits, top water. I don't have the casting version of it, but it does work good for finesse baits. I use 6-pound test on it for finesse baits and for plastic baits, football head weight type of jigs, vertical jigging for crappie, and using it for trout fishing. It works great for that. This is my number 3 on the list of budget rods. These run about $22. So this is the extreme version, and it has a nice little hook keep right there. And I love the rod mount on this one. The rod mount on this one is excelente. That right there in itself should be a selling point, because it has that formed over rod seat that won't damage your foot of your rod as much when you're putting it in and out. Okay, my second favorite, which I think is probably going to be the next best budget rod for you. It runs about $35. It's a little less money than the other one on this table that I'm going to show you. But this is a really good rod. They also make them in a spinning rod, and they make one in a 7 foot, in a 6'6", and a 5'6" ultralight rod in either a spinning or a bait caster. It comes with a full Evo handle, and it is a ugly stick GX2 Shakespeare rod. Comes with steel on steel eye guides all the way through. This is the 6 foot version. They do make one, like I said, in different versions. They also make a jumbo size saltwater one in 12 foot if you wanted that for whatever reason that you wanted it for. I think this is the next best rod. It's very tough and durable rod. I've had no complaints over it. The 2 years I've owned it, it works great. I use it basically for cat fishing with my Zebco 33. It is a good budget friendly rod. $35 out the door. And all these rods I'm showing you, you can get at basically any big box store around you. You don't have to order these online. You can go pick them up. They work excellently. I find that these rods are very. This rod is very. It has like a somewhat sensitive tip, and it has a hard backbone, so it's a good fishing rod for whatever application you want to use it for. Dragging. You could use a bait caster on it, or a spinning reel. On the spinning reel version of this rod would work fine. You can haul in some big fish like catfish, channel cats, and smallmouth, largemouth bass, stuff like that. That's what you want to use this for. Very good rod, very tough and durable. It makes my number 2 pick of being the best, fishing rod under 30 or 40 bucks. Now my top pick, and I think is the best for the bucks, is the $40 Berkeley Lightning Rod Shock. They still make these, and you can still buy these. I think these are like the best budget rod. It does come with a cork handle, semi-partial cork handle with the split end. I hate the split end. I don't know why they didn't just splurge and put an entire cork handle on it. Now the reel seat on this one is excellent. This right here is the selling point on this one. The reel seat on it molds over to the foot. That's what you want to look for when you're buying a rod, not this one. This one right here, you see how this one screws over the reel on the Shakespeare rod? That one is that will destroy your reel foot right there. That's why I don't like these type of reel seats. But like I said, this rod right here is my number 1 pick, the Berkeley Lightning Rod. They come in from either 7 foot, 6'6", and 6 foot. You can get them in either a bait caster or the spinning rod version. This one is the spinning rod version. There's the eye right there. It is a ceramic and steel eye guide. Has a sensitive tip and backbone. This rod was designed for use of braided line with either a bait caster or a spin cast. I've used this one for 4.5 years. I like this rod. I've caught tons of fish on it. I've caught channel cats, bass, smallmouth, trout, you name it. I put my Mitchell 300 on this one. I think it's probably the best budget rod that you can get for about 40 bucks. The backbone on it's really good. It's very sensitive. I've caught a lot of big fish with this rod. I mean, these rods right here, these are going to be your best bass rods, period, for the money. Not so much really like ultralight fishing, but a little bit bigger fish like bass, carp, largemouth, panfish. This bait right here, this rod here is really good. It's a graphite. All 3 of these rods are graphite. I think this one works really well for finesse baiting around docks and vertical jigging for bass and crappie. Topwater baits, excellent. If you got a fast reel, you can do some spinner baits with it as well. Small ones, not too big. The line weight on this one is 4 to 12 pound test, and lure weight is 1/8 and 3/4 ounces. The Shakespeare is the line weight on the Shakespeare is 8 to 20. Lure weight is 1.83 ounces, and this one here is a 6 to 12 pound test on the Excursion, and lure weight is 1.83 ounces. So I mean, you're not going to be able to sling a really heavy bait with these, but other than that, you're going to be able to catch a lot of fish with them. They're very durable. I've had them for years, but the only drawback about these, they're not portable. These are single rods. They're not two-piece, so you can't break them in 2 and put them in the back of your trunk of your car to take them, camping or fishing wherever you're going. But they're good though. I mean, if you want to throw them in the back of your boat, tie them down to the ground, but you're not going to have to worry about the two-piece rod flinging out on you when you're fishing, compared to a single rod where you don't have that problem when you're casting. You never have an issue with that, but you do have an issue of breaking the tip because you can't break the rod down and make it portable. Other than that, I think these are the best 3 budget rods that you can go at any store and buy. You don't have to order them. You can order them online, but these can be readily available at any store you go or any outdoors outlet. Okay, folks, take it easy. This has been your old pal Hondo from Hillbilly Tactical on 3 of the most budget rods under 40 bucks that you can get that will work great for a first-time bass fisherman. Hondo, peace out, YouTube.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.